Hi everyone, welcome to Zoho User Group. Zobot 101 is Zoho developer learning series exclusively for chatbots in SalesIQ. So I'm happy to welcome you all for today's session. I'm Sasidhar Tanapani from Zoho SalesIQ, and I'm going to be taking you through this last session of Zobot 101, that is building bots for SalesIQ scripts and other bot platforms. If you have any questions at any point of time, please feel free to ask me. I'll be happy to help you. So this is the agenda I've planned for today's session. First, we will take a quick recap of what happened in previous sessions, so others will be able to have a look at or have a grasp of what happened in previous sessions. Followed by today's spotlight topic will be SalesIQ scripts. So I'll give you a brief introduction about SalesIQ script bot platform where you can build bot by using Deluge as a scripting language. So if you're familiar with Zoho Creator, I guess the same language is used here, which is called Deluge. So when you're using SalesIQ script, we have something called handlers. So there are four handlers. You can use these four handlers to build your bot. So I'll tell you why we have four handlers and what sort of actions do you want to use in different handlers. Then we'll talk about different third-party applications, how you can integrate your SalesIQ or SalesIQ script bot platform with your desired third-party application. Then we will talk about how to integrate your own chatbot, which is on your own server by using Webhooks. So yeah, we have seven different platforms to build your bot. In first three sessions, we talked about the answer bot and Zobot, where you can build Zobot by using seven different platforms. One such platform is the codeless bot builder, and the next would be SalesIQ scripts, and the other platform is Webhooks, and the another one is Dialogflow. So we will have a quick recap of what happened in previous sessions and an introduction about SalesIQ scripts, and how you can integrate your own chatbot with Webhooks. There's also another platform, and the another platform with Dialogflow. If you have a chatbot in Dialogflow, you can integrate that chat with SalesIQ and deploy it for your visitors. So in this session, we will talk about script, webhook, and Dialogflow. Finally, we will end this amazing Zobot 101 series by having a quick recap of how to design a chatbot for your business exclusively. So this is the agenda I've planned for today's session. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to unmute and ask, or you can put that question in the chat section. We have a separate support representative, Raj, here to take up your questions. All right, let's get started. So first things first. So what is Zoho SalesIQ? So Zoho SalesIQ is a customer engagement platform and live chat software to make use of, to give engagement to the visitors who are visiting your site. So in simple words, SalesIQ would act as a bridge between you and the people who are coming to your site. So this works both ways. Either you can engage with the people who are coming to your site, or the people who are coming to your site can use a SalesIQ live chat widget and engage with you. So this is the big picture of SalesIQ. In SalesIQ, we have varieties of amazing features. One such feature would be chatbots. So, you can use chatbots to automate customer interaction. You can use chatbots to automate your small tasks. Let's just say if you're a consulting service, if you're running a consulting service, you can schedule appointments with your visitors by using bot. You don't have to take up the chance and schedule an appointment in your calendar. You can use bots to automate these processes and all. And the chatbots would be available 24/7. It doesn't need any vacation, unlike human operators. And SalesIQ, you just have to build the chatbot and configure it. SalesIQ doesn't charge extra for bots. You just have to build it and configure it. All right. So in SalesIQ, we have two different types of bot. One is answer bot and another one is Zobot. Answer bot, as the name suggests, it answers frequently asked questions. Let's just say if you're a business whom you're getting frequently number of questions on daily basis, you don't want to sit up and take those chats and resolve those daily asked questions, right? In those instances, you can use answer bot. And so take down a list of frequently asked questions, and create answers and upload all these in SalesIQ knowledge base. So and deploy the bot. So whenever a user or visitor is asking the bot a question, the bot will take an appropriate answer from the SalesIQ knowledge base and provide it for your visitors. So this is how answer bot works. And one amazing thing about AnswerBot is AnswerBot supports Zoho Desk resources as well, and it can be enhanced. Your AnswerBot functionalities can be enhanced by OpenAI, which is ChatGPT also. So if you want to know more about AnswerBot, you can. I would request you to hop onto the first session where we talked about AnswerBot, how to configure it, and different aspects of AnswerBot, way and all you can use, how to deploy, sort of everything sort of thing. So yeah, if you want to know more about AnswerBot, I would request you to hop onto the first session. Sit. So another amazing thing about AnswerBot is you don't have to build it. It's already pre-built for you. You just have to configure and enable it. So on the other hand, we have Zobot. When it comes to Zobot, you'd have to build it. We have 7 different platforms to build Zobot. So the one major difference between AnswerBot and Zobot is AnswerBot is pre-built for you. It works kind of like a Q&A bot. So when you ask a question to the answer bot will get an appropriate answer from your sale, like always, and good for your wishes. When you're using Zobot, you can automate your simple task or use, create a chatbot for your own business use cases. So that's what the main difference between AnswerBot and Zobot. So, in order to build Zobot, we have 7 different types of platform. One such platform is called the Codeless Bot Builder. So, this is our signature bot building platform because the person, or if you're someone who are limited with the coding knowledge, you can use the answer bot and build your bot by just dragging and dropping elements. So yeah, that's codeless bot for you. If you want to know more about the codeless bot, I would request you to hop onto the second session where we talked about codeless bot, how to build a bot, or what are all the functionalities and feature this bot platform has for you. And we sort of built a bot which can be used for any industries. I mean, like a small bot which where you can generate leads, create a support ticket, add the user's email to one of your campaigns list, and all. So have a look at it. You'll get an idea of how to build a bot by using the codeless bot builder. So the next platform would be SalesIQ Scripts. So if you're someone who loves to write code, this is definitely for you. You can use Deluge and build your bot. And if you have your own chatbot in your own server or in any third party server, you can hook those bots with Webhooks and deploy for your business. Then we also have Zia, Dialogflow, Watson, and Microsoft Azure. If you have bots in these platforms, you can connect it with SalesIQ and deploy it for your business. So these are the 7 different platforms we have in SalesIQ. So the codeless bot builder, you can build bots just like dragging and dropping elements, just like you can see in the GIF. So this is what is called cards gallery. We have many cards. You can use those cards and build your bot. You can also test the bot which you have built right in the codeless bot builder itself. So we have a default set of cards for you to build your bot. If you want to enhance or if you want an action that is not available in the card gallery, you can create your own action. So for those instances, we have something called plugs. You can use plugs and create your own action. Let's just say you want to verify the visitor's email address by OTP verification. You can use plugs. So and if you're using plugs, you have 2 different platforms to build plugs. One is SalesIQ Scripts and another one is Webhooks. So if you want to know more about the plugs, I would request you to hop onto our previous session, which is session 4, where we talked about how to build plugs, how to add these plugs in the codeless bot builder, and more. And we also had 2 use cases, which is building a plug to verify the visitor's email by OTP, and we also talked about third-party integration, and we also had a quick demo of how to read and write data in Google Sheets. So these were the quick recap of what happened in our previous session. So let's move to our spotlight of the web session, that is SalesIQ Scripts. So SalesIQ Scripts, it's a bot building platform that uses Deluge to build bots. If you're someone who loves to write code, this is definitely for you. So I guess you've heard about Deluge in Zoho Creator and all. So Deluge is a robust and easy to use because of its user-friendly syntax. This bot offers a drag and drop user interface with syntax suggestions, so you don't have to refer to manuals as often you do with traditional language like Java, Python, and more. So with this platform, you can create a bot of your dreams. It means you can customize every single feature from the scratch to match your exact business requirement. So let me show you how this builder works in product. So this is SalesIQ. Click on settings. Under bot, click on Zobot and click on add. Give your bot a name. And these are the platforms which we have talked about. And I'm going to select scripts, click on next, and configure the bot's profile and bot's configuration. And you can configure the bot's profile and other sort of stuffs based on your business requirement. And once you're done, click on next, and you will be redirected to the SalesIQ Script bot platform. So this is SalesIQ Script bot platform. So in left hand side, you can find all the syntaxes here. So you just have to drag a syntax and drop it and fill the values. That's it. You don't have to remember all the syntax. It's already there. It's already present in your left hand side. You can just make a benefit of those. So this would be the default code when you're signing up for SalesIQ, and when you're creating a bot by using SalesIQ scripts. This would be the default code, and you can use this code and try to understand how this platform works in a simpler way. So this is what our handlers. In order to build a bot in SalesIQ scripts, we have 4 different handlers. You'd have to write scripts in 4 different handlers. So we have 4 different handlers in order to make your job really easier. So I'll talk about the flow of handlers and what sort of actions you would have to give in each handlers in the next part of session. So before it, let me give you a quick introduction of this bot platform. So the syntax at the left hand side. And if you want to get started with other use cases, sort of like sales, marketing, or support, we have built-in templates for you. So just click on it and click on choose, and the existing code will be overwritten, just like this. All right. So you can get started with the template. We have different types of template. So once you're done with your bot, just click on save. And you can preview the bot which you've built just right here. Click on the eye icon and you can preview the bot. So yeah, this would be the basic overview of the script platform. So we have different unique features in SalesIQ scripts. So one is drag and drop user interface. Then you can test your bot inside the bot builder itself. And we have something called visitor session to store the visitor's data. So let's just say the visitor is clicking on I would like to schedule. So when the visitors click on I would like to schedule, this block will get executed. So if I click on this, great, I just need a few details to schedule a call. Yeah, so this is how it works. So basically you're giving a sort of suggestions to the visitor and you're making them to choose one. So if the visitor is choosing one, you can define different set of actions based on the visitor's choice. So that's how you'd have to script in this platform. So when this block is executing, if you're giving the name here, so the name will be available only when this block is executing. So once this block is executed, the name will be erased. I mean, the values which are stored in this block will be erased. In order to make the bot to remember some values till the chat ends, you can use something called visitor session API. So visitor session API would work like a global variable. So you can use this API and you can set the value and you can get it whenever you want. This would be the basic overview. And finally, we have something called input and display cards. So you can use these cards to enrich your bot responses. So you can use calendar card, you can use rating card to collect ratings. We have many input cards and display cards. So those syntaxes are available here. And if you want to know more information about it, so I'd request you to go to our guides. This is Zobot, the entire chatbot guides for in SalesIQ. Let me put it in the chat as well. So just click on Zobot implementation guide and click on SalesIQ scripts, and there you go, input and display cards. So click one and you will get the basics of the cards requirement and the output and the code. So you can copy the code and paste in the SalesIQ scripts, and you can use these cards. So let me show you an example. So this is a board which I have built for a scheduling for a therapy scheduling cycle. So if I click on book therapy, these are the two therapies which is available. Okay, motivational therapy. So this is how the calendar card looks like. So you can use these calendar card, and we have many input cards to collect input by using different enriching UI elements. That's what is called input cards. And you can provide information to the visitors by using display cards. So if you click on display, we have many display cards. You can provide images, or you can provide different um, links, or you can even provide different videos from YouTube. And you can also enrich your bot response even more by using carousel cards as well. All right. So you can have a look at it and build a bot by, or enrich your bot response by using these cards. Then we have something called autopilot. So you can use this autopilot function and nest your answer bot inside the script platform. It works similar to the answer bot card which we have in the codeless bot builder. For that, click on Zobot of object reference, click on responses action, and click on autopilot. So we have different syntaxes. So you can use these syntaxes and make your bot a hybrid chatbot, a fully functioning hybrid chatbot. So you have both custom bots engine and a bot engine. So you're basically nesting your answer bot inside the SalesIQ script bot platform. So let me put this URL in the chat as well. So where were we? The next one is connections. All right. So you can integrate whichever application you want to integrate by using scripts, because basically you're coding, and if you want to call a REST API, that is possible as well. And in order to make the integration more useful and more easier, we have something called connections. So click on connections at the bottom left corner, and you will be redirected to a different page. So in a developer perspective, if you want to integrate any third-party services, initially you'd have to generate the client credentials with the application which you're trying to integrate. Then you'd have to define scopes and generate refresh and access tokens, and then call API. But with connection, you can make the authentication easier. Imagine when you're signing up for a new software or a new game, at the beginning, you'll have an option called sign in with Facebook or sign in with Google. So similarly, you can sign in with the preferred services which you want to perform API calls, and you can authenticate yourself by signing in, and you can have a connection link name, and you can use the connection link name while invoking URL, and thus you don't have to give any authentication, or you don't have to pass any authentication data in the header. You just have to pass the connection link name. So if you want to create any connection with the service, these are the default servers which we have. Let's just say you want to fetch data from your Google Sheets or Google Slides. So click on Google, and you can create you can provide a connection name. So this would be the connection link. This is what you'll be using in your scripts, and you can define different scopes and click on create and connect. So you will be authenticated. So you can connect your sales like you with your preferred application without any code, and you can use this connection link name while invoking APIs. Let me show you the connection which I have made with Google, and I've connected Google Calendar, and this is the scope, and this is the connection link name. So this would be the Deluge type of invoking the REST API, the URL, the method, the parameters, and the connection link name. So when you're doing this, you don't have to pass headers for authentication. So that's what the connection is for. So connection interface can make your third-party connect integrations very easier. So I guess this would be the basic overview of the SalesIQ. So in order to build, and these are the display cards which we talked about: the calendar card, the simple suggestions card, the range card, single select card, trading card. You can also get the user's location by using location card. And when you're having, say, like a knowledge base, you can provide different kinds of article by using the article cards as well. So yeah, we have four different kinds of handlers when say like trigger, message, context, and failure. So before talking about the handlers, let me give you a quick introduction about how the handler works or how the flow of handlers would be. So first, let's just say a visitor lands on your website. When the visitor matches the trigger criteria which was set while setting up the Zobot, the bot triggers and sends out the message automatically. When the visitor doesn't match the trigger criteria set, when they initiate a chat, that's where message handler will get executed. So if the visitor gets matched to the trigger criteria which you have set, the trigger handler will get executed. I mean, it's kind of like a proactive chat. So if the visitor matches the trigger, the bot will proactively start to engage with the visitor. If the visitor starts to engage with the bot reactively, that's when the message handler will execute. So when the handler is executed, you will get some sort of input from the visitor, right? Let's just say you are triggering a conversation by sending out some deals. So the user will obviously reply to the chat. So when the user replies, those things should be pre-analyzed and encoded in your message handler. That's when message handler works. One way or another, that either the trigger handler will get invoked or the message handler will get invoked. So in the message handler, you will collect different types of input and store it as a context and provide the context to the context variable to create the desired action. So I'll give you even more detailed explanation. So trigger handler is kind of like sending out a personalized proactive chat invite to the visitor. Trigger handler works like a helper, just like a salesperson in a store. Once you enter a store, a salesperson would walk up to you, greet you, and offer you help. That's how the trigger handler works. In this case, when a visitor matches the trigger rule, the bot will start a proactive conversation and provide the visitors with two suggestions: either book therapy or check status of the appointment. So the message handler is a process of reactive engagement by the bot. It is invoked when the bot receives a message from the website visitors. The combination of message we receive from the website visitor will be pre-analyzed in the code so that the bot will respond to the visitor based on the question they receive from the available answer. So take the previous example with a different scenario. You walk up into a store, nobody approaches you, you cannot find what you're looking for. You will probably approach someone and ask for help and ask for what you need. That they will maybe ask for more details of what you need, and they will provide you with some answers. That's how the message handler work. So initially, if the bot gets, if the visitor is matching to the trigger criteria which you've set, it will start a proactive conversation. When they click on book therapy, you will be redirected to the message handler. Or when the user is reactively engaging with the bot, that's when the message handler will gets invoked and trigger handler doesn't work there. All right. So in message handler, you can collect different types of input, kind of like name, email, phone number. So for this, in order to schedule an appointment, you will need name, email, phone number, preferred date and time, and preferred time slots. And you can have all these questions. You can get the answers, and you can have a collection of these answers in a collection data type, and you can pass this collection in a context called entry. So you can call this an inquiry. I'm sorry, inquiry. So you can call this inquiry context in the context variable to create the desired action. So what you're doing is basically we are collecting some inputs from the message handler, and we're sending out these input to the context handler to do the desired action. So initially, when the trigger matches the visitor, they will get a proactive chat, and they'll probably give an input. So based on the input, you'd have to collect different answers from the question by using the bot, and you can save those answers by a context called inquiry, and you can call this context in the context variable to do the backend action. So this is the basic flow, or this is how you would have to script in the scale of the script bot platform. So if any one of this handler gets failed, the failure handler will get invoked. For example, let's just say you want the bot to connect the chat to one of the available operator, and the operator is not busy. I mean, the operator is busy and not available. The failure handler will get invoked. So you can handle all the bots failure or fallback actions in the failure handler. So this is the basic overview of the handlers. So we have differentiated different kinds of action in different handler. So if you want the bot to get triggered, you can use trigger handler. So we can ask all the questions and get the answer from the visitor by using message handler. So we can have all the values or answers and do a desired action in context handler. So if any one of these handler fails, you can handle those fallbacks in failure handler. So this is why we have four handlers. So yeah, to make your job pretty easier. So this would be the basic overview and introduction to SalesIQ scripts. So if you have your own chatbot at your own server or in any third-party server, you can hook those bots with SalesIQ by using Webhooks. So I already have a bot with Webhooks. Let me show you how it looks like. So you can kind of works like the REST API. You can have the URL and paste it in the URL here. I mean the server's URL. So the one prerequisite which we have here is the URL should give us 200 success response. If that response occurs, you can provide the URL here, and you can call the bot from your server. So this would be an example bot which we have in our own server. If you send out hi, so these are the different suggestions from the bot which we have in our server. So you can use all the input cards and display cards and all sort of functions in Webhooks as well. So you would just have to you can configure your bot in your own server. And if you want to, let's just say if you want to collect feedback by using this card. So if you want to use this card, you can configure your bot in your own server, and you'd have to pass this JSON to the SalesIQ when you're trying to use this card. That's it. We have different types of JSONs here. So when you're trying to achieve a set of actions or a set of cards, you'd have to pass the respective JSONs from your server to SalesIQ. That's when the card gets executed and the card works perfectly. So this is the only prerequisite which we have in SalesIQ. So you just have to send out the correct JSON, I mean the expected JSON for expected cards and respective actions. And that's it. So yeah, pretty much easy. You just have to give uh, the head HTTP post URL, and if it gives 200 success response, your bot is good to go. And yeah, then you can preview your bot right here in this SalesIQ script itself, and click on publish. Your bot will get published. Next would be connecting your bot. I mean, connecting your Dialogflow bot with SalesIQ. So I have a new SalesIQ portal here. Let me connect my SalesIQ, my Dialogflow bot with SalesIQ. So connect, go to settings, click on Zobot, and click on add. Give your bot a name, and click Dialogflow as the bot builder. Click on next. Provide the bot description and configuration as per your requirement, and click on connect with Dialogflow, and sign in with the Google account which you have your Dialogflow bot, and click on allow, and that's it. Your Dialogflow is connected with SalesIQ. So you can have all the bots which you have in the Dialogflow. Those bots will be listed here. So this is my Dialogflow. I have two bots, Dia and New Agent. So those bots are rendered here. So you can set out a different response for trigger, and if any actions gets failed while the user is engaging with the bot, you can handle all those failure cases here and the trigger case here. So once you're done, configure everything, click on create, and that's it. The DIA bot has been integrated with SalesIQ, and if you click on done and publish, the bot will starts to engage with the visitors. So you can access your Dialogflow console right here. If you will just click on it, you'll be redirected to your respective Dialogflow's bot account. So these are the intents I have in my Dialogflow. So I've already pre-built. I have a pre-built bot. Let me show you how it works. So Dialogflow. So initially, I'm providing the user with three suggestions: just browsing, I'd like to schedule, and about us. So if I click on I'd like to schedule, the bot will ask my preferred date and time by using a calendar card. So these cards are rendered from Dialogflow. Next, my available slots. So these are the available slots, and I'm just going to click on one. The bot would ask my name and the email. If I give on email, the bot will schedule an actual appointment. So how did I do that, or how did I use inputs and display cards in Dialogflow? Well, let me show you one. So I guess you have a pretty much good knowledge in Dialogflow. So initially you'd have to give the training phrases here, I mean the user's input. So when we are triggering the message here, so when we are triggering the, okay, this is not the bot flow. So initially we are triggering, we are providing the user with three suggestions: just browsing, I would like to schedule, about us. So if the user click on I would like to schedule, that's where you'd have to put this. So the user's input in the training phrases and the respective custom payload. So if you want to render the calendar card, you can use the calendar payload which we have in our guides. For that, go to the user guide and click on other platforms, and click on Dialogflow, click on input cards. So these are the cards that are available. Click on calendar card, and these are the outputs, and just copy this code and paste it in the custom payload. and your Dialogflow will use SalesIQ's input card to get information. So that's how you can build or you can enrich the bot's response by using Dialogflow and by using SalesIQ's different input and display cards. All right. So I've used the calendar card to get the calendar response. So then we got the users preferred time slots by using time slots card. So then we would get some date as the input, because here we got the date as input. So I'm giving the date and date in the training phrase, and I'm using the time slots card to provide different time slots to the visitor. Once we have got the time slots, we are and then I want to ask the user a name. So these are the follow-up intents. So once I've got the preferred date and time from demo intent, I'm using demo custom intent to get the preferred time. I'm using demo custom name to get the name from the visitor. So we got the preferred date by calendar card, preferred time by time slots. So these would be the inputs, I guess. So here we are providing different time. So you can use that as input. Dialogflow will automatically identify, okay, these are the time and these are the time slot and these are the time zones. So the next question would be asking the visitor's name. So I have just configured the text response here. If you want, you can use our input cards like name. You can just copy it and copy this sample code and in the custom response. Just click on add response and click on custom payload, and you can paste this, and that's it. So your card will respond based on the custom payload, based on the cards which you have defined here. So once you're done, every platform, once you're done configuring your chatbot in Dialogflow, just click on refresh. Your existing behavior will get updated here as well, and you can preview everything right here itself. You don't have to even navigate to Dialogflow in order to know more about your bot. So this is pretty much about the Dialogflow. And the ZS Skills, Microsoft Azure, and Watson Assistants work the same way. You'd have to log in with your email address which you have bought in those accounts. So similarly, give the trigger response and all the action failure responses, and connect your bot with the integrated platform which you'd like. And yeah, this is how you can use different platforms to build your bot. I guess with this we have come to the very end of the session. Before ending it, I want to talk about how to design your chatbots for your own business. So, designing is a crucial step when it comes to building a bot. Here, you'd have to define the bot personality, purpose, and business flow. The first step of designing is planning. In our previous sessions, we talked about different types of bots, answer bot and Zobot. And you might be wondering, okay, which one should I use? Well, that's what you have to decide in the planning phase. Try to list all your problems. I mean all your business problems where you think the bots could be used. It may be receiving a lot of questions and not getting back to the right time, or low customer satisfaction, or operator getting tired of solving repetitive questions, etc. So that's where you would really need to improve your support actions by having an answer bot. If your customers aren't aware of your best offers and discounts, you'll receive more questions about your product or service than you would otherwise. That's where you'd have to strengthen up your sales and marketing activities. So when you list and rank your problems according to the priority, you'll have a better idea of where to concentrate and what type of bot you would want. Let's just say you want all these sort of actions, sales support and marketing. So you can use codeless bot builder or SalesIQ Script bot platform to have a custom bot, and you can also bring the answer bot engine inside the codeless bot builder by answer bot code. You can also bring the answer bot inside the SalesIQ Script bot platform by using autopilot function. So basically, you can build a hybrid bot where the custom action is also possible and NLP, I mean the answer bot, is also possible. So yeah, next one is building. Now that you have laid a basic foundation for your bot, it's time to build it. We have 7 different platforms to build your bot, as we have discussed before. First, choose the platform to build your bot. Then integrate your bot with the choice of third-party application to unleash the bot's full power. So use the bot more effectively. I mean, you can validate and verify the user's information, and then you can do the actual action. Let's just say you're running a consulting service. You are using bot to schedule appointment for you. So you don't want the bot, or you don't want the visitors to book a spam or fake sessions, right? So before booking a session, get their details and verify. For example, get the visitor's email and verify the visitor's email by OTP. So only then you can actually concentrate on your potential leads or customers, right? And mistakes are also common. So set up your bot for every fallback situation as well. So the next process would be deploying. Now that you've built the bot, you need to test it in all possible ways. Thankfully, you can test it right inside SalesIQ, meaning you can preview the bot which you have built or which you have integrated in the SalesIQ script, SalesIQ itself. Finally, you can publish the bot with on your website with just a click. Next and the last phase would be monitoring. So keep an eye on the bot chats which you're receiving or which the bot is conversing. So you can see all the bot chats in your sale like you can tweak the bot if it's required. Always check for improvements. Always have a room for improvement. So if you find this response is not appropriate, or this response can be even more tweaked, you can have an advantage. I mean, you can analyze the bot behavior. You have an opportunity and advantage to make the bot even more powerful or even more effective. So finally, we also for this we are also providing a report exclusively for bots and SalesIQ. So just go to SalesIQ homepage and click on reports, then click on bots. So you will find many bots details here. See number of chat entered, number of chat closed, chat activities, bot versus human operators, and feedback rating, and sort of everything. So how many percentage has bot has actually taken the operator's workload, and many things. So you can also take a look at this and improve your bot even more. So I hope you found the session very useful. Thank you for your time. Now we will start the question and answer section.
No, I just think that while I'm reviewing what's recorded, while I'm building my bots at the same time, I think then's when I'm going to get the most value. This gave me an overview of everything that is possible. So now at least I know what I can do, and then jump into it and then modify, like keep tweaking and modifying and improving as I go, right? So thank you so much.
Actually, got inquiries like, I mean, if the visitor lands on the website, obviously we do have a different kinds of categories. Like the visitor might be, let's take an example based on a country. If the visitor, from India, or else if the visitor from United States of America. So like that, for unique visitors based on the country, if you would like to show a different unique bot flow, at the time, most of the customer, what they have directly go with, they can just create the new bots, separate bots, multiple bots, and they just publish the bot on the website. So this is what happened most of the cases. But actually in our codeless bot builder, we have a separate block which is nothing but a criteria router. So after the welcome block, immediately you can use the criteria block to set the criteria based on the different options. Not only for based on the country, we do have provided multiple options over there. So by using that, you can create a separate rule if the visitor lands on the site, automatically the criteria router will start working, and whichever the rule will be applicable, and if the visitor met a specific rule, that specific bot flow only trigger to the specific visitor. So this is how by using the single bot platform, by using the single Zobot, we can create multiple bot flow. So the same can be achieved also by using the SalesIQ script as well. So I have already shared the help document link in my earlier response. I hope so, Gordon. You can just clarify it by using that help document. And I think so, Sasidhar also just sharing the screen. So in that, he just used the criteria router block to create a different unique rules. And for each one of the rule, he just created a unique bot flow. And Gordon, if you just do have any other queries, by using exactly how you can able to make it work, or else if you're trying to create a bot, in case if you're facing any kind of issue, you can feel free to reach our support team. So we do provide a chat support, and you can directly email to us, or else you can also connect with us over the call. We are very much glad to assist you on that. Okay, thank you.